Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today is cooking day, so I'm gonna be making one of my favorite Hungarian dishes. It's called Brassói, so please make sure you stay tuned in. So it's quite a simple recipe. The only ingredient, I've defrosted some pork shoulder steaks. These are just from Morrison's, but you can get it from anywhere really. It's half a kilo, so 500 grams. I'm going to be using salt and pepper, garlic powder, but you can use garlic as well, so fresh garlic if you prefer. I didn't have any at home, I'm afraid. And I've got some paprika powder. This is not the spicy one. This is just normal paprika powder that I tend to use. It's not the smoked one either. And I've got the kutcherek seasoning that I like. And I've got a little bit of olive oil. And I got some frozen crispy potatoes. This is again from Morrison's. It's 750 grams. So for this recipe, I'm going to be using my Instant Pot to make the brassói, and I'll be using my Ninja air fryer for the crispy potatoes. These are frozen ones from Morrison. My Instant Pot ready. I put a little bit of olive oil in there. So I got my chopped pork, so I chopped it up into cubes. Don't want to go too small, otherwise I think it's just gonna be too tiny. Okay. So we have to put the saute function on the front. So just press the saute button. It will come up with number 10. And now it's also bleeped, and now it's on. So when it starts sizzling, I start stirring the meat because we need to seal the meat. Alright, so it's very important, otherwise there's a big difference in flavor. I don't know if you can see the steam, it started sizzling now. So just stir it until all the bits of meat is sealed. Now if you can see it, starts obviously when it's sealed, it starts turning a bit pale. It doesn't take too long to seal. Obviously, if you've got bigger pieces of meat, then it will take longer, but it's only half a kilo, so it probably will be enough for us for possibly a couple of dinners. If you're gonna add some soup as well, just to bulk it up a little bit, and obviously the chips. You can add a bit of gherkins with this as well on the side. It's really delicious. So I don't know if you can see it. It's almost done. Okay, so now that it's all sealed, the meat is all sealed, I'm going to turn off the saute. So just press cancel on the front. And I'm going to crack on with the seasoning. So I use my fine sea salt. So we don't have the sautés on now. I just tend to eyeball it, to be honest. A little bit of coarse black pepper. Again, nothing fancy. My usual seasoning. I use this for everything, as you know, if you've been watching my channel. And loads of garlic. Okay, make sure, because this is garlic granules, but obviously you get garlic granules that are like, that is like garlic salt. In that case you don't need to go mad with the salt, because obviously it will, but this one doesn't have any salt, so I'm just gonna go mad. Oops, that was a big dollar. Doesn't matter, because this dish requires a lot of garlic. So I absolutely love it. So I don't know if you can actually go to over garlicky. So now as you see, it's all kind of settled a little bit, And now I'm going to put in the paprika powder. As I mentioned it in my previous recipe, I don't know if you've seen it. Whenever you make anything paprika based, make sure that the heat is very low, because if it's very high, the paprika may burn and it will taste bitter. Thankfully it never happened to me, but I know when I was growing up I was always told this. So we got paprika powder. Again, this is just plain paprika powder. You can go, again, eyeballing it, because with the measurements, some people like it a bit more paprika, like myself. I like it when it's really nice and red, so I will probably put a little bit more in there. Some people may not be too keen on too much paprika powder, but again, as I said, there is no heat. A little bit obviously hot. The pot is very hot. And the other thing I was going to say, with the Instant Pot, never ever put it on the stove. So that's why it's great, because you can do the sauteing in the Instant Pot. We must do the sauteing in the Instant Pot rather than, you know, we can't put it on the stove, because that's not, even though it's stainless steel, do not use it on the stove, please. So I got about half a pint of water, or just under. Again, you can stir this a little bit, but then I put a little bit more water on the top. Don't want it to be too liquidy, but I do not stir this at this moment. So because once it's stirred, it's okay, but put a little bit more water on. It's because I do worry about the burn function, although this one doesn't have tomato. Paprika, it never happened to me before, but tomato definitely did. That's why I mentioned it in my previous videos. Whenever you use anything tomatoey, maybe put the chopped tomato on the top, but do not stir, because obviously the taste will all like get mixed together as it's cooking. But I find it with tomato, it really does burn, or it might just be me. So anyway, so I've got the seal on the lid. So we've got all the seasoning and we've got water in. Again, seal it. So this little knobby bit is down, and I'm going to bring it to the front and I'll show you how to set this up. Alright, so this is the front of the Instant Pot now. So pop it on pressure cook, and it's on high pressure, as you can see it, and it's already set to 25, so 25 minutes will be more than enough. So there are different settings, but don't worry, just I always do high pressure and max. And now that is bleeped, when it reaches pressure, then we will see the number that we set the Instant Pot on. We see when it reaches pressure, as I mentioned it, you won't be able to open the lid because it's all pressurized, and normally would take about 10 to 15 minutes to reach pressure. So when it reaches pressure, then it will start counting back from 25, and when it reaches 0, then I will do a manual release on this. Now we've got the Brassói in the Instant Pot. I'm gonna get the frozen potato cubes ready. So I got the bag and I actually halved it. I put half a bag in here and half a bag in there. So I said you can make it obviously out of fresh potatoes, but I had these in the freezer. So what I do, I just gonna put this on, because I'm using both baskets per usual. I'm gonna match it. I'm going to put air fryer on, and I'm going to do 180, and I will actually do 20 minutes, and after 20 minutes I'm going to be having a look, and I will shake it as well. I have a feeling it will take more than 20 minutes because it's frozen. So we'll come back and we'll see how the potatoes will be doing. In the meantime, this is the Instant Pot. I'm really surprised because it literally took a few minutes to reach pressure. I believe it's obviously there's not much meat in there. It's only half a kilo, but the more you have in the Instant Pot, the longer it will take for the pot to reach pressure. As I mentioned it before, you see 25 and it will start counting back. All right, so back to the Ninja, because it's flashing. I haven't actually pressed start. Got distracted there. Here we go. So the Ninja is doing its thing with the potatoes. The Instant Pot is doing its thing with the Brassói. So this meal is very quick, I think. You do have to do a little bit of prepping with the meat or with the potatoes if you want to make it fresh, but otherwise I think it's a very simple meal to make. It's part of our meal prep for the week. So we're gonna have this today and maybe a little bit of leftover tomorrow. So yeah, so now I literally got about 20-25 minutes while it's cooking just to crack on and do other stuff. So I'll be back as soon as the time is up and we'll have a look how it's coming along. So 20 minutes is up. I did shake it after 10 minutes and I think that's actually perfect. So it needed exactly 20 minutes on 180, but make sure you kind of shake it halfway through. So the potato cubes are done. I've got 4 more minutes on the Instant Pot for the Brassói. So after 4 minutes I'll do my menu release and then we're gonna have a little taste test. The time is up on the Instant Pot. So what I'm gonna do, I press cancel and I'm gonna do a menu release. You see the knob is still up. So you just have to open it, close it. Alright, so the knob is down. It's still steaming a little bit. So I'm gonna open it up. Be super careful. You see it's sizzling. It looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm just gonna do a taste test. So yes, the taste is absolutely gorgeous. So I just put it in a couple of these glass dishes that I do my meal prep in, and when I heat it up, I'm just going to be putting the potatoes again back into the air fryer. There is a reheat function, although I think it's a little bit too long. And this, I don't know if I'm going to heat it up in the Ninja when it's ready to go, or maybe in the microwave. But yeah, so we can have this. I don't know if we're gonna have it with gherkins. We can have it with sauerkraut. We can even have it as salad, but I would say it's more like a sauerkraut gherkinsy type of side dish that would go with it. So hopefully you enjoy this, and you will give it a go. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video and you will give it a try. It's quite a nice and simple Hungarian dish again to try. So we can't wait to tuck in now. Thank you very much for coming back, and thank you very much for visiting my channel if you're new. And have a lovely day, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. See you next time. Goodbye.